Your energy money signature. We live in a world of duality, up and down, light and dark, hot and cold, in and out, fast and slow, right and left. These are but a few examples of thousands of polar opposites. For one pole to exist, the other pole must also exist. It is possible to have a right side without having a left side, not by chance. Therefore, just as there are external laws of money, there must be internal laws. External laws include things like business knowledge, money management, and investment strategies. These are essential, but the inner game is just as important. An analogy would be a carpenter and his tool. Having top quality tools is imperative, but being a top notch carpenter who masterfully uses those tools is even more critical. I have a saying, it is not enough to be in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Then who are you? How do you think? What are your beliefs? What are your habits and traits? How do you really feel about yourself? How much do you trust yourself? How well do you relate to others? How much do you trust others? How you really feel that you deserve wealth? What is your ability to act despite fear, despite worry, despite inconvenience, despite discomfort? Can you act when you are not in shape? The fact is, your character, your mindset, and your beliefs are a critical part of what determines the level of success. Each of us already has a design of money and success embedded in our subconscious mind. And this design, more than all other things put together, will determine your financial destiny. What is the design of money? As an analogy, let's consider the design for a house, which is a blueprint or project present for that particular house. In the same way, your money design is simple. Your program or present way of being in relation to money. Your financial design consists of combination of your thoughts, feeling and actions in the realm of money. So, how has your money design been formed? The answer is simple. Your financial design consists primarily of information or programming that you received in the past, and especially as a child. What were primary sources of this programming or conditioning? For most people, the list includes parents, siblings, friends, authority figures, teachers, religious leaders, the media, and your culture, to name a few. Let's take culture. Isn't it true that some culture have one way of thinking and dealing with money while other culture have a different approach? Do you think that a child comes out of the womb with his attitude towards money, or do you think that the child is taught how to deal with money? Exact. Each child is taught how to think and act in relation to money. Why is your money design important? Have you heard of people who have exploded financially? Have you noticed how some people have a lot of money and then lose it? Or have excellent opportunities? They start out well and then they fall apart. Now you know the true cause. From the outside, it look like a bad luck, a turnaround in the economy, a disastrous couple, whatever. Inside, however, it is something else. Therefore, if you have a lot of money, when you are prepared for it internally, it is likely that your wealth has short life. Therefore, if you have a lot of money, when you are not prepared for it internally, it is likely that your wealth has short life and you will lose it. The vast majority of people simply do not have the inner capacity to create and maintain the large amounts of money and the increased challenges that come with more money and success. That, my friend, is the primary reason they don't have a lot of money. A perfect example is lottery winner. Research has shown time and again that regardless of the size of their mean winning, most lottery winners eventually return to their original financial status, the amount they can comfortably handle. Instead, the opposite with self-made millionaire. Notice when self-made millionaire lose their money, they usually have it back within a relatively short time. Why does this phenomena occur? The reality is that most people do not reach their full potential. Most people are not successful. Research shows that 80% of people will never be financially free in the way that they would be and they would like to be, and 80% will never claim to be truly happy. The reason is simple. Most people are unaware. They are a little asleep at the wheel. They work and think on a superficial level of life, based only of what they can see. They live strictly in the visible world. Imagine a tree. Suppose this tree represents the tree of life. In this tree, there are fruits. In life, our fruits are called our results. So we look at our fruits, our result, and we do not like them. There are not enough. They are too small. They do not taste good. So what do we tend to do? Most of us put even more attention and focus on the fruits, our results. But what is it that actually creates these particular fruits? It is the seed and root that create these fruits. It is what is under the ground that creates what is above the ground. It is what is visible that creates what is invisible. So what does that mean? It means that if you want to change the fruit, you will start to have changed the roots. If you want to change the visible, you must change the invisible. Of course, some say seeing they believe. The question I have for such people: why do you bother paying your electric bill although you cannot see electricity? You can certainly recognize and use its power. If you have any doubt as to whether it exists, just stick your finger in an electrical outlet and I guarantee that your doubt will disappear quickly. As human, we are a part of nature, not above it. Consequently, when we align ourselves with laws of nature and work on our roots, our inner world, our life flows smoothly. When we don't, life gets tough. In every forest, in every farm, in every garden on earth, what is under the ground creates what is above the ground. Therefore, putting your attention on the fruit that has already grown for you is useless. You cannot change the fruit that are already hanging on the tree. You can, however, change the fruits of tomorrow. But to do that, you will have to dig underground and strengthen the roots. One of the most important things you can ever understand is that we live not just on a plane of existence, we live in at least 4 kingdoms at the same time. The 4 quadrants are physical world, the mental world, the emotional world, and the spiritual world. What most people do not realize is that the physical body is merely a print of other 3. For example, Let's say you just wrote a letter on your computer. You press the print key and the letter comes out of your printer. You look at your paper copy and behold, you find a typo. So you take out the trusty eraser and erase the typo. Then you press the print again and the same errata appears. Oh my god, how could this be? You just deleted it. So this time you take a bigger eraser and erase harder and longer. You even study a 300-page manual called Effective Eraser. Now you have got all the tools you need. You are ready. You hit the print and there it is. There is no way. You scream in surprise. How could this be? What's going on here? Am I daydreaming? What is happening here? Is that real problem cannot be changed in the print? The physical world. It can be changed only in the program, the mental, emotion and spiritual worlds. Money is a result, wealth is a result, health is a result, disease is a result, and your weight is a result. Have you ever heard someone claim that a lack of money was a bit of problem? Now listen to this. A lack of money is never a problem. A lack of money is merely a symptom of what is going on underneath. Lack of money is the effective, but what is the root cause? It comes down to this. The only way to change your outer world is to first change your inner world. Whatever result you are getting, be it rich or poor, good or bad, positive or negative, always remember that your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. If things are not going well in your external life, it is because things are not going well in your internal life. It is that easy. Once again, your money design will determine your financial life and even your personal life. If you are a woman whose money design is set to low, chances are you will attract a man who is also set low, so that you can be in your financial comfort zone and confirm your design. If you are a man who is set to low, chances are that you will attract a woman who is wasteful and dump all your money so that you can be in your comfort zone and confirm your design. Most people believe that the success of their business depend mainly on their skill and knowledge. Once again, your money design will determine your financial life and even your personal life. If you are a woman whose money design is set low, chances are you will attract a man who is also set low so that you can be in your financial comfort zone and confirm your design. If you are a man who is set to low, chances are that you will attract a woman who is wasteful and dump all your money so that you can be in your comfort zone and confirm your design. Most people believe that the success of their business depend mainly on their skills and knowledge for business, or at least their timing of the market. Sorry to be the one to break it, but that's Wonderland, which is another way of saying no way. We said before that thoughts lead to feeling, the feeling lead to action, that action lead to result. So here's an interesting question. Where do your thoughts come from? Why do you think differently from the person next door? Your programming lead to your thoughts. Your thought leads to your feelings. Your feeling lead to your actions. Your actions lead to your results. Therefore, just like a personal computer, By changing your programming, you take the essential first step in changing your result. So, how are we conditioned? We are conditioned in three main ways in every area of life, including money. Verbal programming. What did you endure when you were young? Modeling. What did you see when you were young? Specific incidents. What did you experience when you were young? Your thoughts originate from the files of information that you have in the storage cabinets of your mind. So, where does this information come from? Exactly, your past conditioning determine every thought that boil through your mind. This is why it is often referred to as the conditioned mind. The same is still true for you, for me, for everyone. You were taught how to think and act about money. These teachings become your conditioning, which became automatic responses that govern you for the rest of your life, unless, of course, you step in and check the money files in your mind. So, again, how can you tell what your money design is set for? One of the most obvious way is to look at your results. Look at your bank account. Look at your income. Look at your net worth. Look at your success with investment. Look at your success in business. See if you are a spender or a saver. See if you can manage money well. See how consistent or incoherent you are. Look how hard you work for your money. Look at your relationships that involve money. Is money an effort or does it come to you easily? Do you have a business or do you have a job? Are you attached to a business or job for a long time or do you jump to others a lot? Your design is like a thermostat. The temperature in the room is 22 degrees. Changes are high that the thermostat is set to 22 degrees. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It is possible that because the window is open and it is cold outside, the temperature may drop to 18 degrees. Of course, but what will eventually happen? The thermostat will pop out and bring the temperature back to 22 degrees. Also, is it possible that because the window is open and it is hot outside, the room temperature may rise to 25? Sure, I could. But what will finally happen? The thermostat will pop out and bring the temperature back to 22 degrees. The only way to permanently change the room temperature is to reset thermostat. In same way, the only way to change your level of financial success is to reset your financial thermostat, otherwise known as your money blueprint. The only way to permanently change the room temperature is to reset the thermostat. In the same way, the only way to change your level of financial success permanently is to reset your financial thermostat. You can try all other things you want. You can develop your knowledge of business, marketing, sales, negotiation, and management. You can become an expert in real estate or the stock market. These are all great tools, but at the end, without an internal toolbox that is large enough and strong enough for you to create and hold large amount of money, all the tools in the world will be useless to you. Again, it's simple arithmetic. Your income can grow only to the extent that you do. Fortunately or unfortunately, your personal design of money and success will tend to stay with you for the rest of your life unless you identify and change it. Remember that the first element of all change is consciousness. Observe yourself, become aware, observe your thoughts, your fear, your beliefs, your habits, your actions, and even your inactions. Get under a microscope, study yourself. Most of us believe that we live our life based on choice. Not usually. Even if we are truly enlightened, we could make only a few choices during the average day that reflect our awareness of ourselves in the present moment. But for most part, we are like robots, running on automatics, governed by our past conditioning and old habits. This is where consciousness comes in. Consciousness is observing your thoughts and action so that you can live your true choice in present moment instead of being governed by programming from the past. By reaching consciousness, you can live from who we are today rather than who we were yesterday. In this way, we can respond appropriately to situations connected to the full range and potential of our ability and talents rather than react inappropriately to events driven by fears and insecurities of past. Once you are aware, you can see your programming for what it is, simply a record of information that you received and believed in the past when you were too young to know better. You can see that this conditioning is not who you are, but who you learn to be. You can see that you are not the registry, but the registrar. You are not the content in the glass, but the glass itself. You are not the software, but the hardware. Yes, genetics can play a role, and yes, spiritual aspects can come into play, but much of what makes up you and you are comes from other people's beliefs and informations. As I suggested before, beliefs are not necessarily true or false, right or wrong, but regardless of their validity, beliefs are opinions that are passed from one to another and that fall from generation to generation to you. Knowing this, you can consciously choose to let go of any belief or way of being other than a sustainer for your wealth, and you can substitute one that is even thoughts you have will be an investment or a cost. Either it will lead to happiness and success, or it will take you away from it. It will either strengthen you or weaken you. This is why it is imperative that you choose your thoughts and beliefs wisely. Realize that your thoughts and beliefs are not who you are, and they are not necessarily attached to you as previous as you may think they are, as precious as you may think they are. They have no more importance and meaning than you give them. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning you give it. Remember, thought leads to feeling, they leads to action, they leads to results. You can choose and act like rich people and therefore create the results that rich people create. Statement: put your hand on your heart and say, I watch my thoughts and keep only those that reinforce me. Declaration: a powerful tool for change.